Gopal the Jester. Introduction. Maharaja Krishna Chandra was a king in Bengal during the Middle Ages. It was customary for kings in those days to patronize talented people. So, every king had his own court poets, artists, singers, town planners, architects, and also plenty of ministers to advise him on different matters. Every king had a court jester. The jester was a very important person, and his function was to make the king laugh and feel happy. The king had a lot of serious work to do, lots of difficult problems to solve, and had to deal carefully with rival kings. All this meant a lot of tension. So he needed someone to make his tension lighter with his jokes and to help him with unexpected advice at times when no one else could help. Gopal was the court jester in a small principality in Bengal. This is a collection of stories about his wit and wisdom. Gopal was the chief jester in the court of King Krishna Chandra of Bengal, and he was the king's favorite jester. A barber by profession, he had a razor-sharp wit and could make the best of any situation. He was bright and clever and had tremendous presence of mind. But what was most important, he had a kind heart as well. He was always ready to help anyone, not only the king. The palace of King Krishna Chandra. The courtiers were present in the hall. A new visitor comes to meet the king.
Greetings, great king. A new visitor has come to meet you.
Who is he?
Your Highness, he could recite all scriptures in perfect Sanskrit. He could speak chaste Arabic and Persian. He spoke to the people in perfection in all languages, in varied dialects, and he could hold forth in half a dozen other languages.
Amazing. Where is he from?
No idea, my lord. He doesn't say anything. And no one knows which part of country he comes from.
It is a mystery not just to the king, but everyone else.
Ask him to come.
The soldier lets the man inside.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Where are you from?
From this country, Your Majesty. I belong to this place, right here, with the rest of you.
And your language?
The language of this land.
Who is your father?
You, sir, Is not the king the father of all his subjects?
What about your family?
I am part of your great family, my lord.
It was useless to question him. He always came up with vague, poetic answers which sounded so good that it was quite impossible to pin him down.
Why do you talk like this?
I am sorry, great king. I mean what I say.
Where were you born?
Here, in this land, my lord.
The king was confused. The visitor took leave of the king and slowly became very popular in the country. Gradually, people got to call him Pandit because he seemed to know so much and had ready answers for everything. One day, the king called Gopal to find a solution.
Greetings to you, Your Majesty.
Gopal, did you hear about the scholar who has come to our city?
Yes, my lord.
I wish to know who he is and where he comes from. I feel really uncomfortable when I realize that I don't even know what his language is. A king ought to have every detail about his subjects at his fingertips.
I can find out what his mother tongue is.
Then please do. Once I know that, I can easily find out the rest about him.
Gopal followed the Pandit closely for the next few days, taking note of all he did. The Pandit lived all by himself and did his own cooking and shopping. Gopal landed up there late one evening, well before the Pandit arrived from the market, and hid all the lamps and lanterns in the house. By the time the Pandit reached home, everything was in complete darkness. He opened the door and hunted for the lamp. It seemed to have vanished. So had the lanterns and the matches. Pandit could not imagine what had happened. He had left everything in place as usual before he had left for the market.
What happened to all the lamps at home? Who could have taken them?
As he fumbled in the darkness, he ran into Gopal, who promptly trod on his toes.
You blasted fool! Are you blind?
He spoke in Oriya. Gopal chuckled and ran out in the darkness before the Pandit could discover who he was. He made straight for the palace to see the king.
God, I want to meet the king.
At this time, His Majesty must be resting, although it is not yet time for him to retire for the night.
Tell him I'm here and I have an important message to convey.
The king was curious about Gopal's message and sent for him at once.
Sir, I have the solution for your problem.
You mean about the Pandit? How do you manage to discover what his language is and to which part of the country he belongs to?
Yes, I have found out both. He is from Orissa and his language is Oriya.
How can you possibly be sure? The man speaks so many languages. His language could be any one of them.
But I'm sure, Your Majesty, you can ask him tomorrow.
But tell me, what makes you so sure?
Sir, when a person is off guard, the language that springs instinctively to his lips is his own mother tongue. The Pandit was not expecting anyone to be there at that time. So when I suddenly showed on his door out of the blue, automatically he explained in Oriya and not in any other language.
Well done, Gopal. You're of great intelligence.
Gopal took leave. The king saw the Pandit in court the next morning.
Well, Pandit, you're from Orissa, and your language is Oriya, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I wonder how you found it out.
Why didn't you tell me right at the outset?
I enjoyed the fact that everybody was trying to guess my real identity. But Your Majesty, please tell me how you managed to discover it.
Well, actually it was Gopal who did it.
Gopal? You mean the jester of yours? He is a barber, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But even barbers can be intelligent, you know, especially when it comes to our plain common sense.
The Pandit realized his mistake and left the place.